No talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Empower.
Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, so she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries. She can afford the cover-up, too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Wisconsin, let's talk about something near and dear to my heart. Beer. Specifically, great beer. And if you haven't met Yuengling yet, allow me to introduce you. Yuengling is the oldest brewery in America, founded in Pottsville, PA in 1829. 197 years, 6 generations of family-owned brewing. Do you know how they became America's oldest brewery? By making great beer. This is a real American beer. Smooth, rich, and finally here in Wisconsin. So grab a Yuengling, raise a glass, and celebrate history the way it was meant to be celebrated, by drinking it. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. D.G. Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
From office lunches to family celebrations, Cousin Subs has the crowd-pleasing catering you need. Choose from customizable party boxes, individual box lunches, fresh-baked cookies, and our classic party chips. Everything you need to satisfy any size group, big or small. Ordering is easy online or on the Cousins app, so you can focus on the fun, not the food. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Life's better under a roof. At Grimal & Associates with American Family Insurance, we know home is where your life happens. Whether you're settling in, renovating, or simply enjoying the space you've built, your home deserves coverage that is tailored to you for what life brings next. Contact Grimal & Associates Insurance at 414-332-0838.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
How much time have you spent searching your garage for a tool or a piece of equipment that you know is in there somewhere? Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe & Chewy. Closets by Design helps homeowners transform cluttered garages with custom cabinets, wall storage systems, and flooring solutions built around the way you live. I love what they did with my closet, and now I understand why so many homeowners trust them with their garages too. Right now, you can get 40% off and ask them about special financing options. Schedule your free in-home design consultation today at closetsbydesign.com and tell them Jen sent you.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at walneylegal.com.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. After your round, stop in the clubhouse for food and drinks. Call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Get your green and gold off-season fix right here. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI-HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
No Chewy today. No Jen Latta today. Jen on vacation. Chewy coming back. I think he had another wedding. This dude's going to so many weddings this summer. Unbelievable. So, along for the ride today with myself and Josh DiMaggio, our cousin sub of the day, Alex Strofe.
Wow. Warm welcome. Good to see you guys. Good morning.
I mean, I can't imagine you were expecting the air horn
Not from
there.
him. No, he's an ass, right? We spend a weekend apart. I missed you. Talking to you, Joshy.
I can't say the same.
Yeah, I understand. Good to see you, Gabe, nonetheless. Josh, you'll be happy to know that I spent yesterday, I was in Northern Illinois all weekend for a wedding, very fun wedding. But yesterday I spent at a water park for the first time in probably 15 years that I went to a water park. Like, I was going on the 16-foot diving board talking to like an 8-year-old next to me. We were talking about what we were going to do as we jumped in the water. It was a good time. So I'm a little sore today from dancing Saturday night at a wedding into water park excursions yesterday. Any follow-up questions? Go ahead.
Several, but I don't know if I want to ask any of them. What were you doing going off the high dive with a bunch of 8-year-olds? Your pool tendencies are supposed to change as you get older, my friend.
So I think this was like a dive into the fountain of youth, no pun intended, right? So like water parks excite me. I'm scared of heights, so the diving
what are you doing
board
on the high dive?
It was a big accomplishment for me. The only way to get over your fears is to face them, Gabriel.
Wait, so what did you try to tell? What did you tell this 8-year-old you were going to do?
Well, he said, "Yeah, it's really high. It's scary."
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah, but once you do it, you'll be addicted." And he kept going back. I only went once because that's all I needed to do. But I was telling him he should do a cannonball.
Okay.
That's what I was telling him.
Did he do a cannonball?
No, he didn't. Not the first time.
What did you do? Just
I flailed in midair. I wish you guys could have seen it. It was bad. It was not a good look. So I was jumping on this diving board, right? I got some air, and as I started going downward, it just became me flailing my extremities.
What were you trying to accomplish?
Just facing the fear of jumping off a diving board.
Were you trying to do a dive?
No. There was no plan.
So you were just trying to jump as high as you can, and however you enter the water is how you enter the water?
Yeah, you got that. Yeah, check that box.
What is... that's just... Okay.
Yeah, so water park, good stuff, but I'm very sore today. I'm realizing I'm getting old.
You're not.
My body is.
Sure, because now we have to bring this up again, and I figured we were going to revisit this at some point.
Of course, yeah.
How's the workout goals going?
Not well.
Yeah.
Not well. Yeah, that's not good.
This is the problem. Your body would not be as sore if, you took care of it. Like there are things
I've been
you
eating
can
better.
do. Okay.
A lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables.
Step one.
Staying away from lettuce right now for obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons. But, just take care of yourself, and your body will take care of you, and you won't be sore after you dance at a wedding 2 days later.
Fair point.
You're still in your 20s. That's not supposed to be happening. That could happen to me. I'm 40. Josh is closing in on that number. Josh, you're 38, 37?
7?
He doesn't know his age.
Yeah,
that's always a concerning thing about him.
No,
You know the story how he got a full year of life back recently?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gaslit into thinking I was a year older than I was. Found out I wasn't. So that's why I had confusion.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's a normal life experience, forgetting how old you are. Yeah.
No, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
But that's quick math, dude. You know what year you were born in?
Sure, but at some point you just stop. After you get past 21.
Sure.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter. Like I was, honestly, there was, when I was living in Madison, there was a date I went on, first date. We're talking, hey, how old are you? 26? No, 27. Wait, how old am I? It was one of those two numbers, and it doesn't really matter what that number is because it's not a milestone. Nobody cares. You're just in your late 20s.
What are the milestones after a while? 40?
So, yeah, I would say after 21, you've got 25 because then you can finally rent a car.
Yeah.
You're not celebrating that one, but I would say, it's a milestone. 35 because then you can finally run for president. Or be a member of the Senate.
You haven't done either of those
No,
yet.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Those are choices, you'll make that choice for yourself when you turn 35, whether that's
I
something
don't think
you
I
want
need to
to
wait
do.
until I'm 35.
You never know how that could change. And you can always decide after that if you want to run. Just saying.
Josh,
that's 35 is the minimum age.
Joshie, would you vote for me if I ran for Senate?
Nope.
What about president?
Nope.
All right. I think my mind's made up on that.
Yeah, and then 40. 40 is always kind of the over-the-hill one.
Sure.
I would think. And then pretty much any round number, every decade after that. I feel like people are going to celebrate 50. I just went to my buddy's dad, had his 70th birthday party. So went up to the Oshkosh area, did that a couple weekends ago.
Sure. So every decade.
Every decade are, kind of the ones.
How old is too old to be jumping off the diving board at a water park?
I mean, if you're doing it with your kids.
Yeah, that's I don't have kids.
Yeah, I know. That's where it kind of.
You almost called it a problem, but then you didn't.
It's not quite there, but it's. I've got questions.
Sure.
Like if I'm the parent to the kid you were talking to, I'm like, who is this man? Who is this man talking to my child right now at this water park?
He's 6'4" and has a beard.
Yeah, like
what's he doing on the 16-foot?
And those are situations I actively try to avoid as a 40-year-old who's married with no kids. I don't want to put myself in positions where parents are questioning what I'm doing there.
Yeah, I don't think we got that. I don't think we got to that level because these were quick conversations, Gabe. Conversation, singular. But yeah, I just needed to keep my mind off diving off a diving board.
Okay.
Are you afraid of anything? Like heights, I don't do well with.
No. Heights are fine.
Huh.
So, like, if you're sitting in the top of Fiserv, or you go to the Brewers, you go to a Brewers playoff game, the only tickets available are right up on
there.
top. Like, is that too high for you looking down?
Maybe not in a stadium setting.
Okay.
Because you're pretty secure, right? But like, for example,
Old Bradley Center didn't feel that way, man.
That's true. That is a different story. You're absolutely right about that. But I don't know. It seemed like my fear for heights developed later in life. Like when I was going to the Bradley Center, I was still in my teens. Like,
yeah.
And I wasn't super fearful if I was way up there in the back of the 200 section or 300 section. Now, I like yesterday, I'm going to use the water park again.
Okay.
Just recent memories. I was going down a slide. And in order to get to the top of the slide, obviously you have to climb this rickety staircase. And it was shaking at one point. And
okay,
I thought about
I've got
walking
questions.
back down.
Okay,
go ahead.
You're describing what you went to as a water park.
It was a water park. Yeah.
It sounds like what you went to was a pool.
No. It was maybe a combination of both. But there was 3 slides.
Okay.
Multiple diving boards.
Okay.
Obviously like a lap pool.
Okay.
That's about it.
You went to a pool.
Yeah, sounds like cool water. What is it? Because the cool waters. They call it a water park, but it's ostensibly a pool with a couple
with a couple of slides.
Yeah.
I mean, as a member of the Wisconsin Country Club, we've got a couple of slides and a diving board. We have a pool. We don't have a water park. A water park is Noah's Ark.
Right.
That's a water park.
But that's the world's large. I mean, we're somewhere in the middle.
If you're doing an indoor water park, you go to the Kalahari. That's a water park.
Sure. So you think I went to a pool? There was only 3 slides. I will admit that.
You went to a pool.
2 of which were about 6 feet long. I believe they call those drop slides.
Was this attached to the hotel you stayed at?
No. This was 30 minutes from the hotel. We went way out of our way to get to this water park / pool. It was a great experience for me. Recapture the fountain of youth.
Why were you at a water park?
This was not my idea. So 2 of our friends who also live in Milwaukee, but were also in Illinois for this wedding we were at. One of them, she grew up in or near where we were. We were in Hoffman Estates, Illinois for the wedding. And I don't remember what city the water park was in. But this was where she grew up. And she's like, we should go to this water park. It's very fun. And so we went for 2 hours. I rode a lot of slides, jumped off the diving board.
What did it cost?
$8.
Yeah, that's not a water park.
$8, yeah.
That's not a water park.
Now you're Mr. Know-It-All when it comes to water park after you seem very judgy today. I'm just going to say that.
Well, no, I mean, I was giving you the benefit of the doubt until you just started describing the stairs you were going up to go down the slide as rickety. And at that point, I'm like, well, the slide's not that big.
It seems like you were just at a public pool.
No, this slide, man.
Shout out to the Horicon Aquatic Center. It sounds a lot better.
And Cool Waters is right. It is in Greenfield. It is much the same. It is a pool. You could do all the things you would, and then you got a couple diving boards.
All right.
Slide or 2, and then the splash pad for the kids.
Maybe I'll check it out someday, but I think I'm water parked out for a while.
shouldn't.
No, I think I'm water parked out for a while. Or pooled out.
Yeah, I think you're pooled out. Yeah.
No, because like there was a pool in the hotel.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I went to that, but there was no slides.
I have a question.
Yeah, of course.
Why didn't you guys decide to be grown-ups and just like go hang out at a bar?
Because we did that all weekend.
Right. But
Got a little sun.
Cool. You went to a pool.
Yeah, it was nice.
Were there a lot of other people your age, your demographic
No.
without children? Well,
Nope,
see, now
nope,
we're starting to
nope.
answer some questions.
There was a few. There was definitely, we weren't the only ones, but no, this was mostly parents and small children, yeah. And I was not, obviously, part of that demographic.
Did they serve alcohol at the said pool/water park?
They had a mean blue Gatorade, Joshy. Mean blue Gatorade. And to answer your question, the answer is no.
Yeah.
I was hydrated.
You're starting to question whether you were led astray about going to a water park. I see the wheels turning behind those eyes.
Yeah, I mean, would I have rather gone home and grilled, which I ended up doing at 8 p.m. because we went to a water park and it took us much longer to get home? Would I have liked to do that at 4 p.m., say? Yes. Was I exhausted given that weddings are a marathon and not a race? Yes. Was I a little hungover? Yes. But did I enjoy my time at said water park? Also, yes.
I love how you're sticking to calling it a water park. Just sticking to your guns.
It was a water park.
Just sticking to your guns.
It was absolutely a water park. There was multiple pools. If it's a pool, there's only one pool. There was 3 pools.
Okay.
And 3 slides.
Yeah.
All 3 of which I went down multiple times. Water park.
How long were the lines?
For the drop slides, instant, because, I mean, like I said, it's literally like a 10-foot slide. You just go straight in the water, and then you go poof. It was very fun. So I went down. I mean, those lines didn't exist. The long slide that was making you do barrel rolls, very unsafe. I don't know how they got that passed. I felt like I was going to fly
now
off.
Who's being judgy?
It was $8. You should know what you're getting. That slide had a little bit of a line. I waited like 5 minutes each time. Worth the wait. So, yeah, good to be here anyway. Glad I didn't fly off the water slide.
I wanted to start talking about Miz and cool stuff in the Brewers. We somehow started talking about the pool day that you decided to have yesterday on your way home from a wedding. And that's just the way it goes sometimes. Yeah. But we will talk about the Miz, because the Miz, I guess he just continues to set the bar for what Miz stuff is and what it means. So we will get into him. We will get into the Brewers. Plus today, shareholder meeting day in Green Bay, training camp opening up on Wednesday. Plenty of things to dive in with the Green Bay Packers as well. But I was just talking about it, the Wisconsin Country Club. I love our pool. Great pool, a couple of slides. Apparently, Alex would call it a water park.
The water park.
So maybe I need to change the advertisement on here when it says we've got pool days. No, apparently you can have water park days, according to Alex Strofe at the Wisconsin Country Club. We also had our invitation, our member guest, the Wisconsin Cup this last week. Championship-level golf experience, incredibly run event. It's right here in Milwaukee with nearly a century of tradition behind it. We are closing in quickly on our 100-year anniversary. But again, what sets it apart are those pool days, tennis, pickleball, fitness, great dining, chef killing it again this weekend at the Invitational, programs your kids actually look forward to in the summer. This is not a pieced-together lifestyle. It's all in one place. The Wisconsin Country Club, a better way to experience the game and everything around it. Schedule a private tour today. Mention Good Karma for exclusive promotion.
Before we go to break, I have a quick question for Strofe.
Yeah, hit me, buddy.
Did you have to pass a swimming test to go down this? Because I remember having to do that as kids when we would go to cool waters. You'd have to swim to the buoy, swim back, and then the lifeguard would tell you if you were able to or not.
No, the 8-year-old I was talking to may have. But I imagine when they saw a hungover man with a beard walk in, they were like, yeah, we could probably trust you.
When you were standing in line, how many people were your age not accompanied by children?
I played the 5th.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
94 northbound is closed at Rawson. Or actually, yeah, that's where they're going to be diverting you off. We had an accident right about at the Drexel area, and so that is going to be causing some problems. Closed at Ryan Road. You'll be diverted off that way. You head west to 27th Street, east to Howell Avenue. You can use those as alternate routes to get around this. Westbound 94 backing up through the Stadium Interchange to about 35th. Southbound 41 slowing down before Silver Spring down to Capitol Drive. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, storms possible early and later on with a high of 88. Tonight, chance of showers and storms early, then mostly cloudy with a low of 67. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Hi, this is Mike Wood from Callan. Ready to transform your home? Now's the perfect time to refresh your walls with interior room painting from Callan. For a limited time, enjoy up to 20% off interior painting with premium Sherwin-Williams paint. Whether you're updating a single room or giving your home a whole new look, our expert painters can help bring your vision to life. But hurry, this special offer ends July 31st. Visit callcallan.com and click the green button. Callan, design, build, live.
When's the last time payroll was the easy part of your week? With Gusto, it can be. Gusto is the all-in-one platform designed to take the hassle out of managing your team, from payroll and compliance to hiring, onboarding, and more. With Gusto, you can get back 2 full days each month with all the time you've saved. Go to gusto.com today and learn why over 500,000 small businesses choose Gusto. That's GUSTO.com. Gusto.com.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. And when we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 665 Larry Court in Waukesha. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
How are you feeling, big guy, about the MRI?
It's starting to hurt now. I think I have mental issues. I really do.
Well, gonna have to clip that for me.
That's just, I mean,
just hold on to it.
I know. I don't think there's anything wrong. It's just I think it's something in my brain's telling me
something is wrong, buddy.
On 94.5 ESPN.
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 103, and Misiorowski has struck out the first 7 he's faced here this afternoon against Colorado.
Lane Grindle on Brewers Radio Network WTMJ. Just calmly. That was pretty calm. For striking out the first 7 yesterday. For Jacob Misiorowski, Brewers went 11-2 over the Rockies, completing a 7-2 homestand fresh out of the All-Star break. And Miz, 5 innings, 12 strikeouts, gave up a dinger, and that was it. That's the only run he gave up. It's the only hit he gave up. Did not have another base runner, as he did not walk anybody. Just 5 incredibly dominant innings where he struck out 12 of the 15 outs that he would record. It's just unbelievable what he continues to do and setting a new standard for himself. And this is, by the way, them ramping Miz up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they knew going into yesterday he was going to be around 85 pitches. He gets through 5 and 83 pitches with 12 strikeouts.
Yeah, with only 12 strikeouts. Yeah, I know it's our job to verbalize how we're feeling about certain situations. It's literally what we're employed to do. I'm running out of ways to describe the shock and awe I'm consistently in when it comes to Jacob Misiorowski. He does something incredible every time he's out. And obviously there was a little blip in the radar over the course of the last 2 weeks because he was off for so long. Mm-hmm. But your point is right. You want him playing his best ball in September and October. And as encouraging as the signs are for the likely Cy Young Award winner in July, striking out the first 7 he faces, strikes out 12 of the first 13 he faces, and is just outstanding. What did he throw, 66 pitches over 100 miles an hour?
Yeah, every fastball.
He only threw 83 pitches.
Every single fastball he threw yesterday.
Unreal.
Was over 100.
So
he did not reach back and throw a single pitch that was a fastball that was under triple digits. I'm going to keep repeating that because I feel like there are so many things that he does that we just kind of list off and don't bask in for a second.
Yeah.
He threw 66 fastballs. Every last one of them was over 100 miles an hour.
So there you go. Anybody that was worried about Jacob Misiorowski after the All-Star break, I think he should feel all right now because Gabe's point is absolutely correct. This is their plan to ramp him back up. And I know he spoke after the game about how everything he uses comes from the lower half. And his last start, his previous start, his legs weren't feeling great underneath him. Seemed like they were feeling fine yesterday. To your point, if you're throwing every single fastball over 100 miles an hour, I assume your legs are feeling better. So
I don't know. I mean, but you did mention the likely. I don't know. I mean, yesterday he gave up a run. The ERA went from 1.57 to 1.58.
Yeah, that's really bad.
It's trending in the wrong direction, guys.
That's right.
Just trending in the wrong. The ERA went up after that start. You know, it's just that's not where you want to see it.
Yeah, I bet the betting odds went the same way too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably got worse.
Probably
after a 12 strikeout performance in only 5 innings. Yeah, I mean, it's such an encouraging sign, right? Because I mean, we've talked about it all season long, Gabe. But last year there were so many good signs, and then a little bit of a struggle towards the end of the season. And it's still hilarious to me. I bring this up every time I can because it's just funny to me as we reflect on last September. We were having, I filled in on the show with you in September. You and I had a legitimate debate as to whether or not Jacob Misiorowski should be on the postseason roster, given the struggles he was having with command, right? And obviously he played out of the bullpen in the postseason, was phenomenal for them, had several really impressive relief stints in the postseason that were imperative to them winning some games in terms of what he provided on the mound. Now, you look at just the simple growth this season. He went from a guy that had all the tools, and obviously some of the hard throwing, the velocity, some of the things we always knew he was a lead in those categories. But when you talk about command and the way he's been able to dial it in this season, the growth happened faster than I think a lot of us think. But he's been consistent with said growth. This isn't just he has one good start, and then he has one start where he gives up 4 runs in 4 innings. That hasn't been the case with him this year. It's been every time he's on the mound, expect to see greatness. Simple. It's as simple as that. That's what you can anticipate every time Jacob Misiorowski is on the mound, is seeing something you've never seen before. And yet again yesterday, he did something a Brewer has never done in the history of the franchise, which is strike out the first 7 batters he faced.
Mm-hmm.
And this, if the expectation is expect to see something you've never seen before, that means you were watching unmatched talent.
Well, it's why I have pled with, and I think everybody now realizes this, but I have pled with everybody, go whenever we need to fill the ballpark. Yep. Every time he pitches, like there cannot be an empty seat. A, I think he responds to that energy. B, you don't know what you're going to see. You honestly don't. And he could we are on no-hitter watch every time he takes them out.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not he throws one, is... chances obviously he's not going to do that. But you just never know what you're going to see anytime he takes the mound. And as he continues to go, the Brewers are going to be careful with him because you don't want his innings to get too far away from you because he is a young guy. And he is going to surpass the number of innings that he threw a year ago. He's going to be doing that very soon. And you don't want to go too far above that number. 30 to 40 innings is typically how much you want to grow that by year over year. So we're talking about 180 to 190 innings. That's got to include the postseason. So expect some shorter starts from Miz. I think it's great that they allow, the times in the first half of the season where, he wanted to stay in the game and Murph let him stay in the game and he was able to close it out. Or he goes out there and has the Maddox with an insane number of strikeouts where he throws a complete game shutout and has 15 strikeouts. It's just insane. But I would expect more of these, more 5-inning starts for Miz until we get a little bit closer to the postseason, just so they can manage that number appropriately because they don't want to put him at risk. As much as they do want to win this season, you also don't want to put him at risk going into next season because he's going to be such a centerpiece of what this team is. And we talk about it in baseball, basketball, and football. When you have a stud like this, it just gives you so much confidence going into a postseason series. Now, obviously, a little bit different in baseball because a pitcher can only throw. I mean, Miz isn't going to throw more than twice in any series. In any series, he would, in a in the 5-game series, he would go games 1 and 5. And that would be the same thing more than likely in a 7-game series. He would pitch games 1 and 5. So that's all, you're looking at maybe 6 more starts for him in the postseason that you've got to factor in if you were to get to your ultimate goal of a World Series. But you're going to have the pitching advantage every time he's on the mound, no matter who else you're playing, no matter who else that team happens to be throwing, because this guy is the best pitcher in baseball, and it's not particularly close right now.
It hasn't been close for a couple months. And to your earlier point, manage the innings however you want. I don't care how you manage them. Just get them ready for October, because it's pretty darn evident this team's a front runner.
He's
right?
He's going to be ready.
And I know he's going to be ready. But I'm saying manage it however you want, because, and obviously, at this point, if you don't have blind faith in Brewers decision makers, you and I are watching a different sport. So I trust them to do whatever they think is the right thing with Jacob Misiorowski. And yesterday was handled perfectly, right? He gives up the home run in the 5th. He gets to just under 85 pitches, which is kind of what they were flirting with before the game in terms of his max pitch count. And that's what they do. He gets through 5. He's excellent through 5. And obviously, the offense came through for him yesterday, giving him a ton of run support throughout those 9 innings.
Which, by the way, makes it easier for them to pull him and manage those innings.
Right. Because
when you get that support and you get it early.
If you're in a 1-1 ball game, and yesterday I don't think they changed their opinion, obviously, because it's still July. If we're at the end of September, maybe in a pennant race, but
even then, I mean, right now, they've got a 7-game lead in the division, Strove.
Yeah, they're building that back up, which is nice.
They've got the 7-game lead over the Chicago Cubs. They've got a 4-game lead over the Braves, who are playing some pretty good baseball as of late. But they've got a 4-game lead over the Braves for the 2nd seed. And that ultimately, to me, ends up being the most important thing is who is going to, 4-game lead over the Braves for the 2 seed. Because even when you have someone like The Miz, baseball can be wonky, it can be funky. 3-game series, weird things can happen. I want to avoid that. Get into the divisional round, play your 5-game series, then go on to the NLCS and play a 7-game series. That's I think the best thing that the Brewers can do. So I'm more looking, as of right now, more looking at the Braves and Dodgers, because they're only a half game behind the Dodgers for the best record in baseball again. Those are the 2 teams I'm more worried about than anybody behind you in the division, because that's the type of lead that they have built for themselves heading into the week before the trade deadline.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you'd love to have that 1 seed again. It didn't work in your favor last year, but I want to continue to make this point anytime I have the opportunity to. This Brewers team is better than they were last year. They are better than they were last year, every metric. In terms of my confidence level as a fan, this is a better team than they had a year ago. It might be marginal at this point, but obviously, and I know we'll get to this over the course of the next hour and a half, but the next week is really going to determine how good they actually can become the postseason. So the Dodgers are the team you should be looking at, because you want that 1 seed. You want to skip the wild card round. You want to have the opportunity to play in the NLCS a maximum of 4 games in front of your home crowd.
You want the home field advantage. You want that.
But
yes, it didn't work out for the Braves. Who cares?
But also, Gabe, to your point, I agree that you should be more concerned with the Braves and Dodgers, because that's what you've earned being as good as you are, right?
Yes.
And obviously, the first box you need to check is winning the division. Win your division, right? That's obviously the first box you need to check. And they're going to continue to take care of business in that department with a 7-game lead here at the end of July. But when it comes to what you want to set yourself up for come October, that is win the NL in the regular season. Be that top seed like you were a year ago. And I mean, the way they're pacing, they have a very good shot to do that. Obviously, Los Angeles is a super team. They're outstanding. They're a half game ahead of the Brewers. But this is a much more a battle you're allowed to pay attention to as a Brewers fan, more so than the NL Central, because that's your real competition come October. The Dodgers and the Braves are your real competition come October. No offense to the Cubs. Not too worried about them. Not too worried about Craig Counsell and the Cubs at this point. I'm paying attention to where are they in the NL. And obviously last week there was a moment in time where they overtook the best record in the MLB in the National League. They have the opportunity to do that every night. They continue to play like they did yesterday. And obviously tonight is just another crack at getting atop the NL standings. And that's where your attention needs to be turned to over the course of the next 2 months.
Yeah, and the trade deadline is approaching, and I do want to talk about that next. We are a week away, and next Monday evening is the trade deadline for Major League Baseball. What do we expect from the Brewers? What should they do? We dive into that coming up next. He's Alex Strofe, our cousin sub of the day here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. But you can tune in to Light It Up. It's the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. It's presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's narrated by Bucks broadcasting legend Jim Paschke. It's an oral history of the 2000-2001 Milwaukee Bucks. From the Big Three to a Hall of Fame coach, this is the story about a generational team that brought the city together and brought the Bradley Center to life. Find Behind the Bucks, bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Northbound 94 remains closed right now, right at Drexel, where there was an accident there. Southbound, you can get through, but northbound, not so much, at least not with what they're indicating right now. We do see some movement as you're making your way towards Ryan Road, where they are diverting people off the freeway. And then also at Rawson Avenue, I am seeing some movement. So there could be some cars trickling through at this point. But either way, there is still a huge delay coming up from Racine. Those alternate routes like Howell, 13th, and 27th Street are all backing up, as you might expect. So just be careful. If you head all the way over to Pennsylvania Avenue or even along the lovely lakefront, you might not run into as many backups. So at least there's a little bit of that for you. Hopefully this will be cleared up pretty soon, though. Westbound 94 backing up from 35th Street to Hawley Road. On the eastbound side, slowing down coming out of the stadium interchange to 35th. We do have a crash on the Rock Freeway northbound between Highway 100 and the Hale interchange. It is off on the right shoulder, though, so just a little bit of a backup heading into the Hale. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, storms possible early and later on with a high of 88. Tonight, chance of showers and storms early, then mostly cloudy with a low of 67. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
If you're buying or building a new home, Great Midwest Bank will help guide you every step of the way. How do I know this? Because Great Midwest Bank has guided me and my family every step of the way on our home journeys. These are big life decisions, but they will give you fast and flexible mortgage pre-approvals straight from their knowledgeable and, most importantly, local loan officers. From start to finish, you can bank with confidence at Great Midwest Bank. See all of their customizable products at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Meet Jim and Rita.
We went on a motorcycle trip.
But somewhere in Wyoming, Jim and Rita were in a serious accident.
They blocked off the interstate and everything and took us to the hospital.
Sometime later, Rita made a discovery.
She had noticed that the bracelet was gone. And I asked the trooper, is there a chance we can go out there and see if it's still there?
And amazingly,
he found a couple of pieces.
It was only 2 tiny links of the bracelet.
Jim was determined to buy Rita another bracelet from Kessler's.
And I had my checkbook in my hand.
But when he arrived there,
and I said, okay, how much? And she says, that's part of our warranty.
Jim and Rita discovered the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty.
It's just amazing that you guys do this.
And it's true.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple.
It surely is miraculous.
Read the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty yourself at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling. Trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
It's time now for the Sewer Ninjas Minute of the Day.
featuring helpful tips to protect your home and prevent costly repairs by staying one step ahead of sewer problems. From your local experts at Sewer Ninjas.
Many homeowners assume that if they have a sewer problem, their entire yard will need to be dug up. The good news is, that's often no longer the case. Thanks to advances in trenchless technology, many sewer lines can now be repaired from the inside without extensive excavation. Every sewer problem is different, which is why a professional camera inspection is so important to figure out what's going on. I'm Jordan with Sewer Ninjas, locally owned, Wisconsin proud, and here to help you protect your home.
This has been the Sewer Ninjas Minute of the Day, helping Wisconsin homeowners stay ahead of costly sewer problems 1 minute at a time. Learn more today at sewerninjas.com.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Like, I think the, what's the butt thing?
Huh?
I believe he's referring to a colonoscopy.
Yes.
But it could have gone a million different directions.
On 94.5 ESPN.
It's a great Midwest Bank Mortgage Monday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Planning a home project or need added flexibility? Tap into your home's value with a home equity line of credit known as a HELOC from Great Midwest Bank. Visit greatmidwestbank.com, your simply local equal housing lender.
Couple of quick texts I do want to get to here on the Car Blues Talk and Text line. You can always reach us at 800-990-3776. He is Alex Strofe, our cousin sub of the day, with Jen and Chew out. First, we were discussing whether or not Strofe went to a pool or a water park earlier in the show, because Strofe was at a wedding this weekend in Illinois. On the way back to Milwaukee, they stopped at what he claimed was a water park. We later found out it had just 3 slides and a diving board. And Jared texts in 800-990-3776. Strofe, listen, I live in Omro, maybe 4,000 people. They have a pool with 4 slides if you count the 3-foot frog slide, a diving board, and a swim lap. It's definitely just a pool.
So I guess what's the line of demarcation that makes something a water park versus a pool? Because if it has multiple different things to do, in my head, I think that's a water park, right? So if you have diving board activities, if you have water slide activities, if you have swimming activities, if you have a splash pad, say for the little ones, like, to me, that's a water park because there's so many different things to do other than just swim. That's a pool.
A water park is much larger than what you went to. Like, you've got to have, like, not just a couple of pools in the same location. You got to be walking to play. Like, again, a water park is Noah's Ark. That's a water park. And I understand it's America's largest water park, so you can be a little bit smaller than that, but you've got to,
Sure.
It's got to be bigger than what you went to. Horicon has where I grew up, Horicon sounds like very similar setup to Omro.
Yeah, great water park.
Couple of water slides. They've got a lower diving board, a higher diving board.
Do they self-identify as a pool or a water park?
An aquatic center.
That's a water park.
It's the Horicon Aquatic Center.
Yeah, that's a water center.
Hey
water
Strofe,
park.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is the title of the place you visited?
The issue is I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I know it.
What is it?
Meineke Pool?
Yeah, that's it. Wait, no, pool? Oh, no. I was told water park, but yeah, I think, that's the one. It is called Meineke, I believe, yes.
You realize the second word there is the operative word.
I'm going to call them and ask if they're thinking about rebranding. I think you'd get more people in the door if you called yourself a water park.
False advertisement.
Secondly, Sam texts in. We were just talking about Jacob Misiorowski and the incredible performance he had again yesterday where he threw 66 fastballs out of his 83 pitches, and all 66 were over 100 miles an hour. So what does this year's performance mean for his sub-$1 million salary and trade? Not that I'm saying trade him, but the Brewers can never hold on to a great pitcher for very long. Look, they've got him under contract for 4 more years. He's going to be here for a while yet because of the way the arbitration system works. Now, maybe that changes, but I'm guessing anybody who's currently locked into the current arbitration system gets grandfathered in depending upon things that change with what should be a significant CBA change in Major League Baseball this offseason. But he is not going anywhere. Yes, he is going to be more expensive. The arbitration process going to be continued to ramp up. The better he does, the more expensive he becomes. Tarek Skubal this year, well, he got $31 or was it $32 million in arbitration. in his final year of arbitration with the Detroit Tigers. So that's what you're looking at down the line for your final year. But it's not like the Brewers are going to have to pay $30 million next season.
Not right
or
away.
Or even the season after that. That's just not how the arbitration system works. I did see this over the weekend where I believe he got about an $800,000 boost. There is a pool of money that gets distributed to younger players that was collectively bargained. And I think he was the second or third highest paid, getting some extra money from that resource based on how you do early in your career. So he got a nice little bump there. Yes, he's going to continue to make more money the better he is, but the Brewers, we are years away from having to think about, okay, what do we have to do? When are we going to have to trade him? We're not anywhere near that. So you can calm down, Sam. You don't have to worry about that yet because Jacob Misiorowski is going to be a Brewer for the foreseeable short-term future.
I have a hard time living in the future at all. I appreciate the update because that's obviously encouraging, but I'm just ready for later this week when he pitches again. I can't really live too far in the future, Gabe. The furthest I can live in the future is October, I think.
Okay.
It's about as far in the future as I can look.
Oh, I was wrong, by the way. He's got 2 more pre-arb seasons and then 3 more. So it's 5 more seasons after this. The Brewers have control.
Okay, so I think he's going to be around a while.
Yeah.
Great. At least 4 more Cy Youngs. I'm already counting this year as a win, by the way. He's already won the Cy Young.
I would wait on that.
I mean, he'd really need to fall apart.
Sure, but I'm just not going to go, oh yeah, that race is over when we haven't even hit the trade deadline.
Josh, you want to join my team?
I'm on your team.
Thank you.
Just not going to get out. Because honestly, if he wins, cool. I'm not financially invested in it. Josh was talking about being financially invested. I don't believe he actually did get financially invested.
Same
and
here.
now it's way too late.
It was wasn't it plus 5,000 before the season, Joshy?
It was extremely. I don't know if it's quite 5,000. It was extremely high.
And now I'm just trying to pull it up.
Minus 335.
Yeah, no,
Zach Wheeler plus 650 is in second place.
Yeah, it's not any.
It's July. Yeah. You'd have to bet $335 to win 100 at Potawatomi.
Yeah, no, financially it doesn't make sense to become financially invested anymore. Does not make sense to get involved now that the odds have dropped that
He's
low.
at Shohei MVP odds. They're like the same wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And Shohei is a lock for the MVP all the time because he's the best player we've ever seen. But I mean, what this cat's doing on the mound, man.
Yeah.
It's unheard of. He's breaking records every week. Every week. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but I'm glad he's on our team. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And again, we talked about this earlier. We've known he has the tools, even in the minors, right? They were like, "Oh, we'll look up for this 6'8" flamethrower."
But he was also never like the Brewers' top prospect.
No,
right? He was never the number one prospect in baseball.
Everybody was excited about him
because of the because of the radar gun. For
Correct.
being honest, it's
Yes.
100%
Totally.
comes down to his ability to just be a flamethrower.
And then you get him in the Chris Hook pitching school for a year and a half, and all of a sudden, he's minus 335 to win the Cy Young at the end of July.
So I don't know if you've seen this. I believe Pitching Ninja, as much of a bleep show as Twitter can be, X, whatever the hell you want to call it, there are still some really good accounts out there. And Pitching Ninja is one of my favorites to follow because they just demonstrate how good pitching is at the major league level. And they've done side-by-sides of Miz this year versus last year. And it's not so much, oh, look at how much more electric his cutter or slider or changeup is. It's more about, look at the size of this man's legs. Like, he's gotten a wider base. And if you've watched the Brewers, if you've listened to our guy Jeff Levering, who will be on the show tomorrow, Sophia, all these different people talk about the dedication he had to the weight room and how much stronger his legs got. And he's got his legs underneath him, and that's what's going to propel him through the season. You mentioned earlier, didn't have his legs in that first start back after not touching a baseball over the All-Star break and skipping a start going in, and that's why he only goes 4 innings in his first post-All-Star start. But the dedication, the work that he put in, that's what you love to see as well. Something clicked in there of, oh, I've got this ability, now I need to take full advantage of it.
Well, and I think what everybody's favorite part about Jacob Misiorowski off the field is how cool, calm, collected he is, man. It's just another day at the office for him. He's not he's barely reacting to these unbelievable accomplishments that a Brewers pitcher, frankly, MLB pitchers have never really done. Right? Like, he's just like, oh, yeah, I felt pretty good today. Dude, you struck out the first 7 you saw. What do you mean you felt pretty good? I mean, has he ever been like, yeah, I actually surprised myself today? No, he doesn't say that. Right? He's thinking about the Pokemon cards he's going to open when he gets home. You know, that's you just have to love it because you're right. He puts in the work. He's incredibly dedicated. I'm not diminishing any of that. But like, the guy's just cool. Yeah.
I mean,
I struck out the first 7 I saw. That's fine. I threw 66 pitches over 100 miles an hour. No big deal.
It's easy to be that way when you're the hardest thrower in the history of baseball. I think it's easy to because he doesn't know any other way, and this is just always what he's done. So it's not amazing because he's seen himself do it. But for everybody else, like, I've never seen this.
Yeah,
before.
I mean, I'm man enough to admit me and him are not on the same level of humility. But if I was throwing 66 pitches over 100 miles an hour, striking out, what was it, 12 of the first 13 batters he faced yesterday, and I was in a post-game interview, I think I'm going to be like, yeah, that was pretty sweet, wasn't it? That's pretty awesome. And he's just like, yeah, no, another day at the office, no big deal. I'm not telling him to be less humble because like I said, I think that's something we all adore and what makes him so endearing to us as Brewers fans. But I mean, the guy can, if once in a great while game, he was just like, yeah, that was pretty sweet, wasn't it? I don't think anybody'd be like, oh, what a jerk. He's allowed to revel in some of his successes.
Meanwhile, everybody still wants to just keep talking about the pool versus water park debate on the Carbless Talk and text line. Ron of the Key, I don't normally defend Alex, but I lifeguarded at a water park in Milwaukee that had 3 slides. It also has a lazy river, so I think that's the delineator. It also closed because of a fire. Water park that closed down because of a fire. Do that with whatever you will. Yeah. He's also saying can't wait for that donation from you to the MS Society.
Yes, I will be having to do. So we made a bet way earlier in the year that I needed to get in the gym. I needed to lift weights 125 times. I think I'm only at like 25. I think I'm running out of runway rather.
There are still more than 100 days left in the year.
I just have to go like every day, which maybe I will. Maybe I'll surprise some people.
You won't.
No, I know.
But
I will be donating $100.
If you wanted to, you could. The problem is you don't want to.
I'm not saying I'm going to cap out at the number I'm at. I'm going to get back in the gym, but
no, you're not.
No, I will.
No.
Just probably less consistent than I was before.
If what has happened to you over the last 2 years we
didn't need to go here.
Well, but I'm just saying if that's not going to be because that was the whole start of you going to the gym. Right? Of what's happened over the last 2 years doing the combine drills that you have done and putting that out on the internet, being shamed by, I think it's fair to say, thousands of people.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Millions is more accurate.
Okay. All right. Being shamed by millions of people. If that wasn't going to motivate you to get into the gym, like you're just not going to, which is fine. That's your choice. But you don't have to keep lying to yourself that you're going to get into the gym more because that's just not going to happen. You don't want to go to the gym, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Not that this is making me feel bad enough, but on my walk over this morning, walking to work, I ran into a buddy. It was 6:15 in the morning. I ran into a buddy who was out on a run. I went like, how do you do this? How do you motivate yourself at 6 a.m. to go out and run? That's crazy person stuff. No?
That's a lot of people do that. Because they want to take care of themselves and not be sore after dancing at a wedding when you're 28 years old. How old are you?
27.
27 years old.
Younger than that.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you're being awfully judgmental today.
I'm trying. I'm just.
I just had a cardiology appointment. Everything's great. My heart is incredible. I think I told Josh this story, but you'll enjoy this. So I'm getting done and seeing the doctor at the Children's Hospital of Wisconsin, where I do my cardiology appointments. And doctor comes in, taking the beat with the stethoscope. He goes, "You must exercise a lot, huh?" I go, "No,
not a lick."
He goes, "Shouldn't have told me that. Your resting heart rate is outstanding, like premier athlete resting heart rate." I said, "Premier athlete." I'm going to write that one down.
Well, I mean, at least there's something in there that can be.
And then he said, "Next time I ask you that question, just lie to me." I said, "All right, noted." Noted.
When do you graduate from children's to grown-ups?
Never. So I had heart surgery when I was 3 years old, and I had it at the Children's Hospital of Wisconsin, and they continued to see you through adulthood.
Oh,
so
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the day I was there, I was actually the youngest patient they were seeing. They told me that. Yeah, I was 27.
At the children's
so
hospital.
I go to
at
the
27, you're the youngest one at the children's
You're youthful.
hospital.
So I go to the Herma Heart Institute
Man,
at Children's
this is
Hospital.
a great day for you. Great resting heart rate.
Yeah.
Youngest patient at the children's
so
hospital.
One day a week they put aside for adult
Yeah,
patients.
that have to like come back and do the follow up.
And
Sure.
the lady that was doing my EKG, which is when they kind of they use like the gel and they go
Yeah.
all over your heart for 40 minutes. She told me, you're 27, so you're by far the youngest patient I have there. She's like, I've got an 85-year-old later. I was like, wow, at the children's hospital. I was shocked I could still go there. So yeah. Anyway, I never graduate. To answer your question, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I had no. I mean, I guess that makes sense. That's the place that did it, so they're just going to continue to see you and follow up, even after different doctors leave, retire, or whatever.
Yeah,
but that's
so there you go.
That's
There's-
wild
there's-
that they just set one aside and then see all sorts of.
There's your insight to my life. Yes.
All right, Strofe. Maybe someday you could be a weightlifting influencer, but you're going to have to go to college. And there is a college that is offering influencing as a major. We dive into that ridiculous story coming up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
We've enjoyed having Professional Construction Inc. help us with our home projects. As you might know, my husband and I, not the most handy people, but when we come across a project that we can't handle, we call our friends at PCI. For your next remodeling project, home addition, whatever it may be, PCI's team is here for you. And PCI's team is growing. They're looking for skilled carpenters who care about their craft and want to be part of a team. If you or someone you know works hard and takes pride in what they build, have them apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com. That's professionalconstructioninc.com, and click on the careers tab to apply.
On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's a summer of big wins with WinFest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Just play with your Potawatomi Rewards card for entries and your chance to win cash and reward play all summer long. Then keep the excitement going because all your monthly drawing entries roll over into the WinFest final drawings on September 25th, where you could win cars, dream vacations, free play, and cash. Don't miss out on WinFest only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
You never know when someone you care about might need a place like Curative Care. For more than a century, Curative Care has been helping children, adults, and families across southeast Wisconsin navigate developmental disabilities and find the support they need to thrive. They help families every step of the way, from early childhood through adulthood. They connect parents with resources, provide guidance through challenging times, and create a community where people truly belong. If you know someone who may be looking for answers and support for a loved one with developmental disabilities, visit curative.org. That's curative.org. Do it
today.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
How much will Angie let you grow a beard?
I would say for 3 months I have to keep a beard if I lose.
Okay, and Angie would allow you to have a beard for 3 months.
She doesn't run my life. Drop that.
Yeah, how do you?
On 94.5 ESPN.
The numbers that ended up being in this story that I found, or I guess Josh, you found. I think you're the first one who sent it to me, Josh. From Yahoo Finance, were staggering. And I understand if you're a regular listener of the program, what the hell are these guys doing rating Yahoo Finance? I understand how
That's
that
what I'm
math,
thinking.
That math doesn't add up. I get it. However, Arizona State University has introduced a new major through their Bachelor of Arts in Content Creation through the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism. That is right. Bachelor of Arts in Content Creation. They are teaching you, or you can go to Arizona State and learn how to become an influencer.
I want to do it. Do you think we could find a way to bankroll me to enroll in like one class?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not. As
You
much as
wouldn't
I would
contribute to that?
As much as I would love for this for you, but you kind of have to go to Arizona State.
But here's the thing, Gabe. I could become the official influencer of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I don't know if we need one of those.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
I don't think we do. While I appreciate the offer, I don't think we need one of
Josh,
those.
thoughts?
We're good.
I guess some of the numbers that they run through here. First, apparently, according to Indeed, the average influencer earns almost $92,000 a year.
Okay.
More than half of young people, 57% of Gen Z, want to become social media influencers. And they're not alone, with 41% of adults overall expressing influencer aspirations, according to this article.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously benefits, right? You're your own boss. You kind of you run your
do
own
virtually
schedule.
nothing, and you get paid a lot of money.
I just don't know how. Well, first of all,
Just sign up for a video editing class, man.
Doing a Bachelor of Arts in Content Creation through your Walter Cronkite School.
It's tough.
That's a tough look. All right. Like, that to me is a little bit of a tough look. All right. I don't know if this is what Cronkite was standing for back in the day. Could be wrong. I didn't know him. Wasn't alive during it. From my understanding, had a pretty high, ethics and journalism when it comes to that. So that's a tough look. But how are you? And yes, you'll have some general credit hours in here, but 120 credit hours to become an influencer?
Well,
like,
no,
how
no, no, you don't
do you have
become
a
an
class on
influencer.
how to do this? Oh, look at this. And then, because every influencer video you ever see, they grab whatever product they're hawking and they do like the finger roll tap on it. Like, oh,
A
look
little
at this.
ASMR.
Yeah.
I didn't know Gabe was an ASMR guy. That's what's on your feed?
No, that's just every influencer video
That's
I've
just it.
ever seen. That's every one
You
of them.
sort of come across it. It's
Like, one person started doing it, and then everybody thought it just looked cool, so then they just grab whatever the
man.
product is and go, oh, this is how I'm going to start my day with this product.
This hurts my head. Because, and I know college in any field, I guess, doesn't guarantee employment. But, like,
sure,
influencer implies you're working for yourself. You are your own boss.
Uh-huh.
That's hard to do. And a degree doesn't make that easier. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
if you have a nursing degree, it's easier to become a nurse.
Sure.
If you have a broadcasting degree,
Mm-hmm.
it makes it at least easier to become a broadcaster, right? Because you have the degree. You can't really just like become an influencer, can you?
I think you can.
Yeah, I think that's just.
But you need a like our companies, and I might be out of like, a little over my skis here, so apologize for being judgmental. But are companies hiring influencers? Is that a job?
No,
that
businesses
exists?
are hiring influencers to hawk their products, visit their locations.
So but that's more like an independent contractor. You're going out for a stipend to do something.
What you're trying to get at here, becoming a successful influencer feels a little bit like a 6-year-old saying, I want to play in the NFL when I get older.
Correct.
There are factors outside of just simply
Understanding how the business works
and simply
choosing to
just
do it.
choosing to be an influencer. Like, a lot of people Some people become influencers because they're good looking.
I was just about to say.
Next thing you know, you're worth millions of dollars because people want their products in and around and your follower count.
So,
but I think there's also a way to be an influencer and have a lucrative and successful career while not having necessarily those God-given or sometimes surgeon-given abilities.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess my knowledge of the influencer game is not in tip-top shape. I know who Livy Dunn is.
Sure.
I think she's categorized as an influencer.
Yes.
I would assume. I know who Alex Earl is. I know she was allegedly smooching Tom Brady a couple months back, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that the But she's also a podcast host, is she not? Alex Earl?
Became.
I think
then.
yes.
After she became an influencer. Okay,
yes.
I guess
So she
wasn't familiar with her career arc.
She was dating what's that receiver's name? Braxton Berrios for a while, and then they broke up, and then she was spotted with Tom Brady a few times. But very good looking, conventionally very attractive. I don't know if that's a requirement to be an influencer. I don't know how this works.
Helps.
Gabe. Yeah, I would imagine.
ASU says graduates won't be limited to becoming influencers. Career paths include, but not limited to.
Here we go.
Content strategist.
Sure.
Social media manager.
Yeah.
Brand storyteller. Podcast producer. Digital marketer. Videographer. And communications specialist.
I got to be honest, that makes me feel a little bit better. Because saying, hey, you're going to go be an influencer feels like a false promise. But if you're
just throw it in. I mean, what's the percentage of people who actually use their college degrees in the career field they end up in?
That's a wonderful question that I don't know the answer to.
It's a low percentage.
I would imagine
a lot lower
it is.
than you think.
I would imagine
it's
it
below,
is.
I don't know the specific number. I know it's below 50%.
Yeah, I believe that. Now, why don't we just call this like a video production degree?
Well, it's
trying to be attractive.
It's all the marketing.
Yes.
The official title of it is also not influencer degree.
But again,
content creation.
But my point here is, does the Cronkite School need more students? Isn't that incredibly hard to get into?
I would bet they're struggling with traditional journalism.
I
would bet that's become
a
less
guess.
attractive just based on the world and how journalists are thought of. So you find new wrinkles because, let's be honest here, everything's content at this point. You may not want to see it, but everything is content. Bryson DeChambeau, is he a golfer or a content creator?
Oh, he's a content creator.
Content creator.
That's why he asked for his scorecard after the whole, I don't even want to call it a scandal, after he was assessed a penalty at the Open Championship.
Right. It's the lines are being blurred more than ever. And sometimes content creators end up doing journalism.
I think
accidentally.
Yeah.
Everybody's an influencer at some level. If you have an influence over anybody's decision making, you're an influencer. So aren't parents influencers to their kids?
You're over. Thank you.
You've really screwed up my brain this morning.
Okay. I think
an influencer is. Does a restaurant pay you to go eat there and post about it?
Yeah.
My parents aren't getting paid when they tell me about the local bar that they went to that has a good prime rib.
Right, but they're influencing you to pay the establishment.
Right, but it's
so
different.
They've influenced.
There's no advertisement happening.
I don't know, man.
You got to get paid in order to be an
I want to enroll in one of these classes. I want to know what we're learning about.
I think you just want to go to Arizona State.
Well, that would be fun. I've heard a thing or two about that school being a fun time.
Don't they have just pools on campus? Speaking of pools,
water parks, yeah. right on campus, right on campus. Yeah.
Strofe wouldn't have to talk to an 8-year-old while he's walking up to the hideout.
I have no follow-up.
Packers open up this week. It is training camp. It is here, and that's hour 2 in 2 minutes.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Northbound 94 still closed at Drexel because of a big old crash, and all the lanes are blocked off at that point. In fact, they're diverting everybody off at Ryan Road, so you want to keep that in mind and use some of those alternate routes. I would avoid this area for a while now, including, some of those alternate routes as well, just because of the fact that those are backing up now. So head further west or head further east along the lovely lakefront, and you can actually enjoy enjoy the foggy morning as you're making your way in. So just be careful and give yourself time. Southbound 41, heavy from Appleton down past Capitol. Northbound from Mayfair Road to Capitol Drive. Southbound 43 slowing down just past Brown Deer Road to Bender. Then it opens up. You're good to go into the Marquette. Traffic is brought to you by Sewer Ninjas. Just like we help you avoid traffic backups, Sewer Ninjas helps homeowners avoid sewer backups with camera inspections, drain cleaning, and trenchless repairs. Learn more at sewerninjas.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, storms possible early and later on with a high of 88. Tonight, chance of showers and storms early, then mostly cloudy with a low of 67. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. When it comes to a home mortgage, we understand you want a simple, stress-free process, great service, and a loan you can feel good about. And for 90 years, that's exactly how we've been doing things at Great Midwest Bank. So if you're thinking about buying, building, renovating, or refinancing, get started at greatmidwestbank.com to find a knowledgeable loan officer and get the peace of mind you deserve. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Marquette Basketball head coach Shaka Smart here, and you're listening to the home of Marquette Basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamora. Here's Jen Latta.
Training camp week is here. Don't have Chewy to talk about and tell us about how it used to be back in the day. 2-a-days, actual tackling, pads, all those sorts of things. They actually sometimes had 3-a-days where they would have a practice and then a special teams practice for special teamers only in the middle, and then another practice after that. Gone are those days, though. The Packers' first practice open to the public will be coming up on Wednesday. Shareholder meeting in Green Bay today. Alex Strofe, our cousin sub of the day. And, of course, you can catch Strofe, part of Green Bay Game Day crew, as we get you ready for every Packers game all season long once that starts next month. Or actually starts in a couple of months now because we're still in July.
6 weeks. We're 6 weeks. Yesterday was 7 weeks away from the opener.
Yeah.
We are 6 weeks and 6 days away from Packers-Vikings.
Good.
Minnesota week 1. We're 2 days away from training camp. I know you're excited. I know how big of a football fan you are.
Yeah, but I don't tend to get overly excited about training camp.
Guilty.
Or preseason games.
Guilty.
Because the preseason games
I love preseason.
It's at best JV football. JV NFL football.
At best.
At
yeah,
best.
At best. Yeah.
Because there are some teams, the Lions play their guys.
Yeah.
The Chiefs had because Andy Reid's an old school guy.
Right.
But a lot of the battles, which is what I want to talk about here in a second, a lot of the battles we want and we want to know about that we're going to be locked into for these next 6 weeks. Mm-hmm. Who's going to be starting at corner opposite of Keyshawn Nixon? What's going to happen with the offensive line? Mm-hmm. Who's going to be pass rushing on the other side of LVN while Micah Parsons is out? All these questions are really only answered during practice, which is hard because not every practice is padded, and during the one joint practice, because they only have one this year, with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, that's when a lot of this is going to be decided.
I actually think all of those battles will have significant appearances in preseason games as well, which you left out of that list. Because I have a hard time thinking, number one, rookies, right? Like the Brandon Cisse, the second-round cornerback pick. The Anthony Beltons, who obviously started at right guard last year, could still start at right guard this year. Like, I imagine those guys are going to get some reps in preseason games as well.
I have no idea.
I guess that's fair, but you got to suit some people. People have to play.
It's a 100-man roster. They got plenty of guys.
I understand that.
You know?
And plenty of those guys will play the second through fourth quarters. But, I think it was it last year or 2 years ago, we got one series from Jordan Love and the starters, and then it's more about those battles. When it comes to edge rusher, I don't know how much LVN we'll be seeing in the preseason, but everybody else we will be, because they got to figure out what those guys look like in game action, because you know very little, right? You've got a couple of second-year guys in Barron Sorrell and Colin Oliver. Oliver, who, by the way, played one game last year. who could be the starter opposite of LVN come week one without Micah Parsons. So I think a lot of these guys are going to get some, I don't want to say significant reps, but they could play a quarter or a quarter and a half or a full half.
But who are they going against?
I guess that part matters less to me. I care about who's on the field for the Packers. I don't care if they're playing against guys who are going to be starting come week one or bagging groceries.
But if it's a bagging groceries guy and you look great against the bagging groceries guy, that does nothing for me.
That
guess, doesn't do anything for me because I don't know then if you're actually good.
So hold on a minute, because I hear your point on that. But I guess for me, it's more so about what are the Packers thinking than it is about how successful you are, right? Like who's getting the reps. That matters more to me in terms of the actual preseason game.
But getting reps or not getting reps in preseason games could be better than actually getting reps.
It could, I guess.
Because if you're not getting the reps, that means that they think highly of you and that you don't need the reps and they don't want to risk injury to you.
Sure, but like Jordan Morgan playing left tackle last year was a big thing. And obviously that was the left tackle battle that wasn't actually a real battle because Rasheed Walker was going to win it no matter what, even though he was injured. But Jordan Morgan got the ability to get comfortable at left tackle in the preseason last year. And from all things we understand, the preseason, he looked pretty good at left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's your left tackle of the future. How many snaps is he playing? Does he just look comfortable? Like, that stuff matters to me. That's what I cared about starting Wednesday.
Oh, I don't think Jordan Morgan's playing any preseason games.
Yeah, that's okay if he doesn't.
Because I don't know if Jordan Morgan gets hurt in a preseason game, I have no idea who your starting left tackle is.
Probably not on the roster, I would guess, if you have time to adjust to that.
Yes, or Darian Kennard.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying, like, those preseason games don't matter. Now, the practices and getting the reports from Wildy and Rob and all those people, that is important. Like, that's the important stuff. It is. To me, 1,000 times more important than any preseason game could ever. The days of Desmond Howard returning a punt and making the roster as a special team, those are gone, man. Like, those are just gone.
Yeah.
And we're only going to eliminate more of these preseason games. They're going to get an 18th game. You know it. I know it.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows it. Except for maybe the players' union. Maybe they're in denial. But somewhere they know it. There's going to be an 18th game, and they're going to trim down, and there's only going to be 2 preseason games. Why? Because the preseason games just don't matter.
Very minimally. Yeah, I mean, I understand that entirely, but I couldn't be more jacked, man. I'm so excited for football, and you know, it's no matter what we see in the preseason games, I guess matters to me a little bit less. But like, how's Brandon Cisse looking at corner? Is Matthew Gold? And we've been led astray from reports from practice before, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Remember how excited last year we were about Matthew Gold? I remember Rob coming on with us and saying, "Oh yeah, Matthew Golden hasn't dropped the ball yet," and then they don't really use him offensively for most of the season. But this is the year where it feels like that wide receiver group, the fat's been trimmed. You know, they lied to us for 2 years about how good that wide receiver group. Oh, our superpower on offense is the limitless weapons we have. You never know who's going to shine. Yeah, they're done lying to us, right? It's Christian Watson, it's Jaden Reed, it's Matthew Golden, it's Tucker Kraft. That's our offense. Which, good. That should be your messaging because I have a lot of faith in all 4 of those guys come the 2026 season. So those are the things I'm excited about. Now, when it comes to the battles, how much real competition is there at offensive line? How much real competition for week 1 is there at cornerback? I don't know the answer to that. And Wednesday is the beginning of some of those answers, right? How much should we expect Brandon Cisse to be integral in this defensive success early on in the season? We'll see with how many reps he's getting in that joint practice, as you mentioned. Cisse is a guy that's going to play in some preseason games. I don't know that he'll play a lot, but he'll play because they need to see him in live action.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the exciting thing for me. I actually do enjoy preseason football. Number one, because I enjoy gambling on it, to be honest with you. I know that's a little sad. I gamble on preseason football. It's electric.
That is
that sad?
Yeah.
You know what teams, that's what I like about preseason football. You know what teams are going to take it seriously. Now, the Giants are the team to keep an eye on. John Harbaugh loves the preseason. There are coaches, you mentioned Andy Reid, there are coaches that take the preseason still very seriously. The new age coaches, like the Shanahan tree, I think is really who we're looking at. They don't take it as seriously. LaFleur will take some moments and some pieces seriously. But, I enjoy preseason football. Yeah, I will watch a lot of preseason football. It's the beauty of the NFL Network. They play like most of the games.
You're just watching random preseason football games?
Anything to scratch the football is my favorite sport. specifically the NFL football, is my favorite sport. I will watch anything you give me. So, yes, I will watch Ravens-Jets on a Thursday night in August just because it's on TV, yes.
What if the Brewers are playing?
That would be a 2 TV situation. Like, Brewers would be on the main TV, NFL football on the side TV.
But it's not even NFL football.
Yes, it is.
It's not, though.
These are professional players, Gabe. For at least the time being, they are.
The UFL is also professional players.
Yeah, I tried to watch the UFL a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Not very good.
That's what preseason football is.
Right, but like seeing the stadium, seeing the colors, seeing the logos, it makes you not take for granted the 6-month layoff you just lived through. Right? We haven't watched, from a pretty underwhelming Super Bowl, we have not watched an NFL football game since then. So, yeah, I'm not going to take
and we're not going to watch an NFL football game until they kick off the season in September.
No, I'm not taking for granted Panthers and Dolphins on a Wednesday night. Thursday night, probably more likely.
Well, and that's fine. If you're watching regular season football, I'm not going to be like...
No, I'm talking preseason.
I understand, and that's why I'm judging you.
This is going to sound a little more mean than I intend, but I definitely mean it to sound a little mean.
Okay. Yeah, good preface. Go ahead.
Strofe is like a dog, and when it sees like a shiny toy, it doesn't really matter what it is. It's just, hey, look at this. And then we just move on with our life.
First off, I took no offense to that. I love dogs. I know you love dogs. In fact, you have a golden, don't you?
Strofe is much like a squeaker toy where I can distract my dog by squeaking his ball. You throw on NFL
you want
preseason.
Seahawks, boy?
Squeak, 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 squeak. NFL preseason, Kate Klubnik's throwing the ball.
Kate Klubnik.
And Strofe is, oh, yes, and it's the best moment he could ever imagine.
Boys, I'll tell you what. When Lucas Havrasek lines up for a 37-yard field goal in a preseason game number 1, I'm going to be on the edge of my seat. I love it. Because...
Are you nervously watching these games?
No, way. Like, I am much more put together than I am in the regular season because I don't really care about the end result. Like, I don't care about
unless
the
you get
score.
financially invested.
Bingo. And that's what makes it fun. But, no, when it comes to specifically Packers games, let's say, I'm not necessarily invested in the final score. I'm invested in players. I'm investing in... I note take during most preseason games. I note take.
So half those notes are useless and or pointless.
Maybe half of them, yeah. What's that? Love that. Nicely done. Yeah, but come week 1, when you and I are sitting in the studio previewing Packers-Vikings,
yes,
I will have notes from preseason games that I will weave into the broadcast. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but...
I can't think of anything more useless and or pointless.
Oh, I know you and I will be analyzing who's the kicker come week 1, and we will be referencing
I already know who the
preseason
kicker
stats.
is. The kicker's Trey Smack.
Yeah, likely. I think yes.
He would have to be so bad.
He'd have to be bad. But again,
he would have to be. It would to a point where it's embarrassing for Goody to spend a draft pick on him bad in order for him not to be.
I think if he's bad, right? Let's say he goes 3 for 9 in the preseason or something, right?
Yeah,
and he misses every kick over 45. I think Brian Gutekunst would rather cut his losses than live through Anders Carlson again.
Oh, but it has to be that level of bad.
No, I understand that. But I think Goody, number 1, is less attached to late-round draft picks than he has been in past years. And number 2, he is willing to do whatever it takes to be comfortable at kicker. And the latest attempt is by drafting Trey Smack in the 6th round. Trading up to draft him.
No,
right?
He's not willing to do whatever it takes. That's just not true. Because if he was willing to do whatever it takes, they would have had a true kicking competition between McManus and Trey Smack.
If
you're willing to do whatever it takes.
I think you're right.
So he's not willing to do whatever it takes.
I think there's 2 parts to that, though, the McManus thing. Number 1, have we confirmed he hasn't asked for his release? Because
because he hasn't gone anywhere.
I would be surprised he didn't ask for his release, given the odd
Who cares?
timing of that
doesn't
situation.
mean you have to release him.
No, I understand that. But I think secondarily, I think he would be embarrassed to trot McManus back out there this year. given what happened in Chicago.
Yeah, that wasn't great, but he's a veteran who has kicked in a Super Bowl. You don't know what
a
Trey
decade
Smack
ago,
is.
right?
Sure, but he's done it.
Yeah, but he couldn't kick well in a playoff game.
What if Trey Smack can? You don't know if Trey Smack's going to kick well in a playoff game until the end.
You're absolutely right.
And the example that I give there, Tyler Loop was fantastic last year for the Baltimore Ravens as a rookie. Until when?
The end of the season.
Week 18 against the Steelers, and he's got a 43-yarder to win the game and put his team in the playoffs.
I was glad he didn't make it.
And he missed it.
It's good to see Rodgers back in the playoffs.
And he missed it.
Yeah, it's a great point. But the Patriots made the Super Bowl with the rookie kicker. So there's two sides to that coin, right? I mean,
well, but the best rookie kicker last year was Tyler Loop.
Yeah, correct. And obviously when it boiled down to it,
he missed a
kick.
kick.
But if your team is good enough, which the Patriots were last year,
this all started because you were going to be using the preseason to evaluate Lucas Havrisek.
I was just using it as an example. But yeah, the kicking battle is very interesting to me because I think it's more of a
there's no kicking battle.
I think it's more true of a battle than people are giving it credit for.
It's not, Strofe. Lucas Havrisek can't win he can't win it. Only Trey Smack can lose it.
I agree with you.
That is so that's not a battle. That's not competition.
It's less of a competition than corner and O-line. Yes, I agree with you.
It's not a competition at all. It matters what if it's a competition, it matters what both people do.
I hate what I'm about to
do. That's what competition is.
I hate what I'm about to do, and you're going to get mad. I'm letting you know before I say it that
Yes.
you're going to get upset with me.
Yeah.
Have you heard Matt LaFleur say everything is under evaluation in training camp of the preseason? Woof, woof, woof.
Yeah. Sure, he says that. That's what all coaches say.
I'm mad at myself that I brought that up as a real reason, but
that's what all coaches say. You think they're truly?
Why do you have Havrisek on the roster? Why are you keeping him around? Why have you continued to keep him around?
I don't know. That's a great question even for last year.
Because you got to fill those roster spots somehow.
Why are they trying out an international kicker?
He was on the practice squad last year after you played him. He was active for like 3 weeks after McManus came back. They clearly like him, Lucas Havrisek.
Sure.
I think the kicking battle is more of a battle than we are making it out to be. I truly do. Trey Smack's the kicker. I agree with you. It is more likely he loses the job than Havrisek outright wins it.
No, Havrisek can't outright win it. He needs, let's say it's really close competition, but it's pretty obvious to everyone that Havrisek was the better kicker. But it's a really close competition. Trey Smack's walking away with the job.
I know we got to get to a break. Percentage 0 to 100 that after initial roster cuts, the initial 53-man roster, there's 2 kickers on it.
0. You can't.
Rob Domofsky disagrees.
I know, but it's
2 kickers.
It's the dumbest. It was dumb when they did it last year, and it would be dumb if they did it again. Because, oh man, we can't lose. Who cares if you lose Lucas Havrisek? Where did you find him? There's a lot of guys like that.
The middle school classroom he was substitute teaching is where you found him.
Pick a kicker and stick with him. Because keeping another kicker around and having your current kicker constantly looking over his shoulder, that's not good for anyone either.
Pressure's a privilege, bro.
It's not even. It's just putting pressure on someone for no reason. It's much like the dumb rotation thing that LaFleur likes to do with the offensive line. There's a reason why nobody else in the league is doing it. And a copycat league is a bad idea. It's a bad idea. So you pick one, whoever it is, you pick one, you roll with that kicker. And if you got to make a change halfway through the season, you do a change halfway through the season. But keeping 2 kickers on a roster is among the dumbest things you can do for NFL roster building purposes. Do want to tell you about our good friends at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Shopping for new windows and doors should never include haggling. That's why Pella sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home. They never use high-pressure sales tactics. And while you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows or doors also sells, installs, and services them. Real pricing, premium quality with no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today. PellaWI.com.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Northbound 94 still seeing those delays basically coming up from the county line to Ryan Road. There is a crash just north of Ryan Road off on the right shoulder. That was one of them that was in the backups of this big closure. But now that that closure is gone, the delays are working themselves out slowly but surely. Still want to be extra careful. 4394 northbound, we are seeing backups around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. Southbound 43 heavy from just before Good Hope Road down to Bender, and then again right past Capitol Drive to Locust. Southbound 41 heavy from Appleton Avenue down past Capitol. Northbound's going to be slow from Mayfair Road to Burleigh. Traffic is brought to you by Geist Garage Doors. For over 70 years, Geist Garage Doors has been the local trusted name for garage door sales, service, and repair. Visit GeistDoors.com and don't think twice, call Geist. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, storms possible early and later on with a high of 88. Tonight, chance of showers and storms early, then mostly cloudy with a low of 67. Weather is brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. For custom apparel that helps your team, business, or event stand out, choose Big Frog. Visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Get ready for a festival lineup like no other with WinFest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. It's July through September. You can play with your Potawatomi rewards card. All monthly promo entries will count towards the final drawings on Friday, September 25th. You can win cars, dream vacations, free play, and cash. It is only at Potawatomi. More information available online. It's potawatomi.com.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde & Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks in a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde & Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, by UW Credit Union, and by Events by Design.
Your brand doesn't need more square footage.
It needs more wow.
When you work with Captivate Exhibits, trade show booths become magnets. Lobbies become living stories. Break rooms become culture builders.
Captivate creates experiences people don't just see, they feel.
For more than 30 years, their award-winning team has transformed big ideas into bold brand moments that command attention and drive results.
Stop blending in.
Start captivating.
Visit CaptivateExhibits.com.
Kevin Moret here, founder of Mentality Men's Health. Remember the dad we all respected, worked all day, coached our team at night, and still had something left in the tank at bedtime? If you're now the dad who has lost a step and looks like you gave up, stop. There's a reason. One quick blood test of Mentality, we can tell your total and free testosterone that could be causing all these issues. Our physicians have helped over 25,000 men get back to who they are meant to be. Start today at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
Summer and baseball go hand in hand, and as a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, Carbless is helping fans swing into full flavor all season long. Whether you're at the ballpark, tailgating with friends, or catching the game from home, Carbless delivers bold flavor in a convenient canned cocktail that's ready wherever summer takes you. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 100 calories, gluten-free and full of flavor. Carbless. Find your bliss near you at drinkcarbless.com.
Looking for a dinner that actually impresses and cocktails that keep the conversation going? Head to the second floor of St. Kate the Arts Hotel and discover the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails. Bold, elevated dinners, thoughtfully crafted cocktails. It's the kind of place where every plate and every pour is made with intention. Come for dinner, stay for another round. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
And then you have Raj, who I didn't think he just didn't have the body type of a right tackle.
I have a question. I have a question. Who the hell are you talking about?
What's his name? Yash.
Raj? Like, I was thinking, okay,
Who's Raj?
You tell us, buddy.
On 94.5 ESPN.
You can elevate pizza night with something truly special from Connie's. You can discover all new Connie's wood-fired pizza inspired by bold flavors and artisan techniques. It's crafted with premium, all-natural ingredients, topped generously for serious flavor. Seriously, this is unbelievable. And Palermo's always doing great things with all their different brands and the crusts. This is an awesome crust. The secret is in the crust, slow fermented for 24 hours, baked hot and fast in a real wood-fired oven. That means a crispy, flavorful crust you expect from an authentic wood-fired pizzeria. But now you can bring home that authentic wood-fired experience straight from the freezer. Throw it in the home oven. It's just $6.99. Exceptional quality at an outstanding value. It's Connie's wood-fired pizza, available through July 29th. Right now at Metcalf's. So the thing that I'm actually looking forward to and also terrified of at the same time going into Packers preseason and training camp is the offensive line.
Yeah, rightfully so.
And all the attention, it feels like, goes to corner. Who's going to corner? Keyshawn Nixon. We hate Keyshawn Nixon. Who's going to start off? All this attention goes to the cornerback position. Can we be successful without that? Offensive line's a bigger area of concern. It is.
It has to be.
As much as we love, and Joshy, I know, is on the bandwagon of Jordan Love and the advanced analytics, and this guy is a top 10 quarterback. And I know we love Josh Jacobs, and we love Tucker Kraft and the contract he's going to get, and the 3 wide receivers, 2 of which they've invested now money into. And we know how good this offensive can be. But none of that matters if this offensive line ends up being as bad as some places are potentially projecting them to be. Brandon Thorne is an offensive line expert in offensive line play. He's writing for Establish the Run. And heading into the season, he has ranked the Packers as the 29th best offensive line. For the record, there are only 32 teams in this league.
Thank you for
All
that.
right, I just want to make sure.
Analytics right
I
there.
just wanted to make sure everybody was on the same page as to how
They're fourth
bad.
last. They're fourth last.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of uncertainty, and the two things. Number one, that's the lowest ranking I think I've ever heard, because the Packers, for how many decades, like, they just churn out offensive linemen. They find a diamond in the rough in the 4th or 5th round who turns into a decade-long starter for them. Happened a million times. In fact, you maybe hear one after Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Mark Tauscher was a 7th-round pick and played that right tackle position phenomenally for a decade. Right? They do that so often. The concerning part here is the sheer level of investment on the offensive line, and there's still a ton of question marks. Let's just go left to right. Let's work through it.
Okay, so 1st-round pick.
That's correct.
Guy you gave big money to going into last year, and then decided to guarantee more money to, linking him with the team likely through next year at the minimum.
Yeah, that's your left guard, Aaron Banks. Yep, let's go to center.
Wasn't big money, but it was
small
still
money.
It's medium money.
It's medium money.
Medium money for a starting center.
And Sean Ryan.
And
Yep.
Sean Ryan.
Right guard, 2nd-round pick.
Could potentially be a 5th-round pick, depending upon what the...
You're referring to Jagger Burton.
Yeah, depending upon how we actually interpret what Matt LaFleur said about Jagger Burton going out of OTAs and minicamp.
We'll see. If it's a rotation again, I'm going to lose my mind. I will lose my mind if they do another right guard rotation, but that's neither here nor there. And then right tackle, of course,
it
Zach
definitely
Tom.
is here and there.
Zach Tom got big money.
And he's a 2nd-round pick.
Right.
So high draft investment, and he got a big-time contract.
So we're left or right, you just named like every level of high investment you possibly could.
Yeah,
right?
the lowest level is if Jagger wins that job, that would be the lowest level of investment as a 5th-round pick.
Otherwise, it's 2nd-round pick.
Yes.
Which is concerning, given that ranks 4th worst in the league according to this survey. Now, the uncertainty level is, I think, a big reason as to why the rankings have come out the way they have, is because of the uncertainty at left tackle at Jordan Love's blind side. Is Jordan Morgan the man for the job? Is he the right tackle of the future? Is he the institution that he could be?
They're 29th because every spot has question marks.
Yeah,
because I
other
don't
than
know.
right tackle, other than Zach Tom. But I mean, I guess there's still an injury there. So you're
How
right.
healthy is he?
Right. Yeah, you're right.
If he's
There is
healthy,
questions
I don't worry about it. How healthy is he?
Yeah.
We just mentioned there's actual competition at right guard. Sean Ryan's played, 9 games at center?
Yeah. And he was pretty good.
Yeah, for 9 games.
Can he be even better? You certainly hope
I
so,
hope
given
so.
that you gave him some money in the open market this year.
And I don't know if Aaron Banks is actually good.
I don't either. I'm hoping last year was a fluke.
But there's nothing he wasn't very good in San Francisco.
I understand.
He dealt with injuries while in San Francisco. So what happened when he came to Green Bay?
He dealt with injuries and wasn't very good. So maybe that's just who he is.
And I think this is important for Brian Gutekunst. I am somebody that thinks that Goody escapes a lot of the criticism because he got the quarterback right.
And he traded for Micah Parsons.
Mm-hmm. But the reason why the Packers lost to the Bears last year isn't because Matt LaFleur got conservative and turtled up. It's not because Caleb Williams went crazy, and those things did happen, right? Like, except for I don't think LaFleur turtled up. I think LaFleur was trying to be aggressive, and the offensive line couldn't block a damn thing, and the offense got shut down, and they couldn't. They went from looking great in the first half to not having any answers on who to block. And I understand a lot of the offensive line blame goes to Butkus, but maybe these guys just aren't any good, which would fall onto Goody.
Mm-hmm.
And if this offensive line, with all the investments that they've made, end up being this bad, being the 29th out of 32, I expect them to be higher. Heck, they just have to be league average.
Yeah, be 16th.
And that would be an improvement over last year.
Oh, big time, yeah.
So if they're, just in the teams,
by the way,
this offense is going to be good.
Just on that note, if they're league average, right? Let's say they're 16th or 17th in the league when it boils down. If that's an improvement over last year, think about just how good Jordan Love can be.
Yeah.
Jordan Love was awesome last year.
Herein also lies the problem. If the offensive line's not any good, what do you have to do? You have to keep guys in to help block, which is going to impact not being able to use your most impactful playmaker in offense in Tucker Kraft as much as you'd like.
100%
correct.
That's
and that's part of why we all love football, because all these things end up being connected, right? It's the ultimate team sport. But if this offense, there's a lot riding on this offensive line that they have invested in, and inside the building, I'm sure they'll tell you they believe in this offensive line. They've got no other choice but to say that. It almost seems unilaterally across the board, outside the building, there's not a lot of belief in this offensive line, and that makes me nervous.
Rightfully so, and obviously training camp and preseason, and ultimately when we get to week 1 against Minnesota, that will determine just how good and how much confidence you can have in this team. The one thing you can say about the Packers offensive line, and really the Packers as a whole, is the Packers offense will go as far as the offensive line lets them in 2026. That was kind of the case in 2025. It's especially the case in 2026 because you have a new left tackle. Obviously, it's a guy you drafted to be the left tackle of the future. How good is he? Aaron Banks is a huge question mark. I really want to believe last year was a fluke, but well,
they've decided to believe that because of the money that they guaranteed him this offseason.
And then the right side, who's your right guard? Is the center position, is that going to be better than it was at the end of last year? And how healthy can Zach Tom be? So there's questions for all 5.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit of a big concern considering training camp starts in 2 days.
Yes.
So this offense will go as far as the offensive line allows them to go.
That's why hearing about the offensive line and how they look, because you're never going to see those 5 together in a preseason game. And we always hear about how continuity is so important. So that's why what we hear in practice about those 5, especially the joint practice, is going to be important. Because, oh, by the way, guess who's really good at generating pressure? The Minnesota Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what they do a really good job of in their home building? Guess where the Packers have to go week 1?
Yeah.
It's going to be a huge stress test right away out of the gates.
Does it make you feel better that Joe Thomas, who I filled in on Kyle and Brust on Thursday, he joined us to talk about the exciting Badgers news. But we asked him, he said, hey, we know you're feeling pretty good about Jordan Morgan. And he doubled down, man. He's like, this kid's going to be solid. He's going to be a good left tackle.
I have kind of always felt that and have been surprised they haven't given him the opportunity at left tackle.
Other than a JV game in week 18.
Yeah, that whatever. I don't care what happened in that game because the Packers didn't care about what happened in that game.
Well, they cared not to get shut out because they kicked a field goal at the end of regulation,
yes.
you remember.
Yes. But with Morgan, they thought that he could do what a lot of other players have done for the Packers and be versatile, and he wasn't. That doesn't mean he can't be a good tackle.
Correct.
Rashid
Walker couldn't be versatile.
No. Which is why Rashid Walker ended up being your left tackle last year.
Mm-hmm.
Because they thought that Morgan would be and put him at right guard, and that was just a disaster.
Didn't work.
What are the Brewers going to be looking like a week from now? Trade deadline a week away. We dive into that coming up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Josh DiMaggio here from Milwaukee. Weight loss. Summer is a wave making you want to feel good in your own skin again. I knew it was finally time to do something for myself, not just talk about it. That's why I'm on that journey with Milwaukee Weight Loss. I was ready for more than quick fixes. I wanted something that actually worked and lasted. I'm feeling lighter, more energized, and back to enjoying foods I love while creating healthier habits that actually fit my life. Milwaukee Weight Loss is a doctor-developed, doctor-supervised program designed to help people lose weight safely and naturally to keep it off. Some patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two. Many patients lose up to a pound of fat a day. This program is different. No intense workouts, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, or counting calories and points. No drugs, surgeries, or injections. Just a proven metabolic reset. And for a limited time, you can get $200 off with the Milwaukee Weight Loss Summer Special. Book your free consultation now at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com, or give them a call at 262-235-3980, 262-235-3980. Make sure you tell them that Homer and Josh from ESPN Milwaukee sent you.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Northbound 94 still seeing those delays basically coming up from the county line to Ryan Road. There is a crash just north of Ryan Road off on the right shoulder. That was one of them that was in the backups of this big closure. But now that closure is gone, the delays are working themselves out slowly but surely. Still want to be extra careful. 4394 northbound, we are seeing backups around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. Southbound 43 heavy from just before Good Hope Road down to Bender, and then again right past Capitol Drive to Locust. Southbound 41 heavy from Appleton Avenue down past Capitol. Northbound's going to be slow from Mayfair Road to Burleigh. Traffic is brought to you by Geist Garage Doors. For over 70 years, Geist Garage Doors has been the local trusted name for garage door sales, service, and repair. Visit GeistDoors.com and don't think twice, call Geist. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, storms possible early and later on with a high of 88. Tonight, chance of showers and storms early, then mostly cloudy with a low of 67. Weather is brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. For custom apparel that helps your team, business, or event stand out, choose Big Frog. Visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jen Latta. I've spent my career around athletes, coaches, and people looking for an edge. That's why I was so impressed when I visited Revival in Brookfield. From kickboxing-inspired fitness, Kaiser cutting-edge performance training, yoga, bar, Pilates, and a suite of recovery experiences that include red light therapy, infrared sauna, cold plunge, and contrast therapy, Revival is redefining fitness and wellness all under one roof. Limited Tier 1 memberships are now available while they last. Schedule a tour today at revivalbrookfield.com.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems, installation of new or old hoops, and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Navigating today's complex market takes more than a bank. It takes a strategic partner. Fifth Third Bank helps businesses manage risk and solve financial challenges with industry-specific expertise and local decision-making. With 167 years of experience and nearly 20 years serving Milwaukee, Fifth Third delivers solutions like commercial payments, capital structure optimization, and risk mitigation. Big enough for sophisticated solutions, local enough to make decisions that matter. Connect with the Fifth Third Milwaukee team today. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC. ESPN fans, it's Gabe Neitzel here, and I want to introduce you to Jens Family Chiropractic. Whether you're putting in long days on the job, coaching the kids, spending weekends on the golf course, or just trying to stay active, your body takes on a lot. And if back pain, neck pain, headaches, or sciatica have become a part of your routine, Jens Family Chiropractic believes it's worth finding out why. Their focus is identifying the cause of the problem, not just covering up symptoms. Learn more and check out their new patient special at jensfamilychiropractic.com. That's jensfamilychiropractic.com.
Don't think twice.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis. It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Unbelievable that they ran all over this vaunted defense, this elite defense.
What Kool-Aid?
Why? It was poop Kool-Aid, and we gobbled it down.
On 94.5 ESPN.
It's a great Midwest Bank Mortgage Monday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Planning a home project or need added flexibility? Tap into your home's value with a home equity line of credit from Great Midwest Bank. Visit greatmidwestbank.com, your simply local equal housing lender.
We are a week away from the MLB trade deadline. A little bit later than it normally is, but they decided they wanted to do it on Monday, August the 3rd. So there's been a lot of discussion. Now we're finally here. Teams still need to have internal discussions, especially in the American League. Are we actually contenders? Do we need to sell off? What are we actually going to do here? What are your expectations for the Brewers over the course of this next week?
I'll be disappointed if they don't make at least one big move. I, again, will say the same thing I've been saying for the last probably month or two at this point, which is we have to acknowledge the situation the Brewers are in. They are better than they were a year ago, and they had the best record in baseball a year ago. Let me say that again. They are better than they were a year ago, and they had the best record in baseball a year ago. This is not, we'll see what happens. We feel really good about where we're at. This is, we need to gear up to beat the Dodgers in the NLCS this year. We need to do everything we can. That needs to be the mindset of the front office. So I know they have the top farm system in baseball, and there's maybe two untouchables. But if it's worth, if they take the swing that I think is worth taking over the course of the next week, I don't know how unhappy I would be if the untouchables became touchable. Go make the splashes you need to make, or splash. I would be disappointed if they don't make at least one big move. I'll be very happy if they make 2 or 3 big moves. Lance McCullers Jr. obviously was not the big move.
But I mean, that's the typical buy low.
Oh, it was a Super Brewers-esque trade, right? It was buy low, hope it works out, didn't work out. Okay, call it quits. I mean, we're talking about the name you've been talking about since I feel like March, which probably isn't true, but you've been talking about Tarik Skubal for how long?
Yeah,
May.
Probably, because the Tigers got off to such a bad start.
Yeah.
And now they've been playing better baseball, which is why it's up in the air whether he gets traded or not.
The Red Sox are another one of those teams, right? Where it's, are we contending or did we just win 14 in a row like the Red Sox did?
Well, but the Red Sox currently have the second wild card. So it's different for them even because they actually, you're holding a wild card berth in your hand. Yes, there's 2 months left in the season, but versus, I mean, the Tigers have work to do, whether it's catching the White Sox in their division, whether it's catching one of the teams ahead of them in the wild card. But it's just interesting because I think for the Red Sox, if they didn't have that wild card berth in their possession, I think it would be easier for them to be, okay, I think it was just a 14 or 15. We're actually not that, we probably are missing just a piece or two to truly be contenders. Let's try to see if we can bolster this thing up for next year versus the Tigers. I can easily see the Tigers talking themselves into, we've got Tarik Skubal.
Mm-hmm.
We put him in, okay, so we throw Skubal game 1. We make it to a divisional round, so he goes game 1, game 4. All right, we got to win one more game outside of Skubal out of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you're talking yourself into it because Skubal is the best. I mean, he's been the best pitcher in baseball the last 2 years, especially in the American League.
Or the team with the best farm system in baseball gives you a phone call. And I imagine around the league it's happening really fast that if the Brewers call, maybe don't pick up the phone. But I really feel good about this team. I think they are a piece or two away from World Series good, where if they're matched up with the Dodgers again in the NLCS, I feel confident about their ability to win that series. So and especially with, and we talked about it a bit earlier, Gabe, with the uncertainty of next season looming, I think there will be a season. I don't know if there will be a 162-game season. I want the Brewers to go all in. you're sitting with you're sitting with a really good hand, right? You're sitting with pocket aces. It's time to.
You only have pocket aces if you trade for Tarek Skubal.
Right. That's fair. Regardless, right now I say
I don't think he got the pun.
Who?
You.
What was the pun?
2 aces.
Oh yeah.
Baseball.
Oh, we went back to baseball. Yeah, I missed it. I was thinking Texas Hold'em. Yeah, you're right. That was really nicely done. That was good.
See, I thought he did get it, and just okay. Joke didn't land.
I
like
spend
whatever.
a lot of time with this guy.
Yeah,
I can read him.
You can read me
well.
You know me better than I know myself a lot of the time.
Right,
there
because if
was a
you would
great
have gotten
example.
it, you would have actually given it a compliment.
Yes, you're right. Because I'm a nice guy. I like
and
to
also,
compliment
I've
nicely
done that a lot of times on Irrelevant, and you just seemingly miss it. I could tell.
Because I was in flow state right there. Like I was talking about poker. I was about to say how they should push all the chips to the middle of the table. Matt Arnold, big gambler, right? Gabe made a really good job. You're too much of a pro. This is the issue. This is the difference between me and you, right? Like you're a pro's pro, so you just make a subtle, great analogy / pun there, and you don't acknowledge it. Had I thought of that and said it to you, I'd have been like, Gabe, I got something good for you.
What?
Pocket aces, Skubal Misiorowski. See what I did there?
Yeah, because then the joke isn't as funny, right? You just got to get the subtle jab
but that's
and get
me.
in and out.
Yeah, But I know I'm not the only person that missed that. John, right? Like people listening, it's morning, it's Monday, everybody hasn't had the first cup of coffee yet. I know other people missed that joke.
I'd like to think 90% got it. I think it was a terribly complicated joke.
And the expectation is when you're looking the person who's saying it in the eye, you'd catch on.
I feel attacked. Brewers should go all in.
Just thought it was obvious. You have Skubal, you have Miz, you have 2 aces.
Nicely done.
Okay.
Brewers should go all in. My point is done. You can go to break now.
LowTUSA.com. That's the website, LowTUSA.com. That's how you get in touch with Mentality. Book that first appointment because, look, tired, groggy, you just don't feel like yourself. Maybe you lied to yourself like I did for a while. Oh, okay, I'm getting older. Job's changing a little bit. This was back when we first started the morning show. Now, it turns out my testosterone levels are low. And to feel like the guy that I used to feel like I'm operating at 100%, I started working with Mentality. And I've started with some testosterone replacement therapy. It's been fantastic. I have that energy back. I feel great. And what they've learned over the years at Mentality, because again, they're changing. They're constantly coming up with great ways to make sure you feel your best. Here's what they've learned after treating 25,000 men. You can't rely on testosterone alone. To run at full capacity, your body needs peptide therapy on top of your testosterone replacement therapy. So what are you waiting for? See if Mentality can help you feel the best that you can by reaching out to them at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget, and they'll even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room. Don't think twice. Call Geist. GEISdoors.com. That's GEISdoors.com.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Since January, I've already lost 40 pounds and dropped a couple pant sizes. This program has been simple, safe, and their team has helped me every step of the way. Best of all, it's built to help keep the weight off for good. If you're looking for a weight loss program that works, Milwaukee Weight Loss is it. For a limited time, get $200 off with our summer special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary. In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin is offering real pricing, real payments, no games, no inflated list prices, no pressure tactics, just smart solutions for your home. 0% financing options available. Some restrictions may apply. See local showroom for details. Offer ends July 31st, 2026.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. ServiceTitan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries ready to stop operating and start automating. ServiceTitan, AI for the trades.
Hey, it's Wendy here. Are you looking to rebound from your high-interest credit card debt? A SoFi personal loan could help. Consolidate your debt with a SoFi personal loan into one low monthly payment, and you could save money on interest over time. And with as soon as the same day funding, you could hit the ground running ASAP. Apply today with no fees required at SoFi.com/debt rebound. Loans originated by SoFi Bank. NA member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debt rebound.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I'm going to go with the corn dog, the old corn dog. The corn dog for the
pierogies
birthday.
and borscht all day long.
That's just crazy. Nobody likes borscht,
Oh,
let alone
God,
on their
it's
birthday.
so good. It's the only thing that makes my mouth water, other than my wife.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Ian in East Troy chimes in, like Carlos talking text line, 800-990-3776. With the uncertainty of next year's possible strike, this is the year to go all in. So he's on the same page as you, Strofe. But I come back to, I don't know who's actually buyers and sellers. I don't know what's going to be available out there and how aggressive you're actually going to be able to be.
The good news for you is it's not your job to figure that out. It's Matt Arnold's. And in Matt Arnold we trust.
But I'm just saying in terms of making a huge move.
I understand.
There might not be a big move to make, even if the Brewers are willing and ready to be different than years past. There has to be somebody out there willing.
Sure.
You don't want to do it just to do it.
If there's not a big move, just be active in some capacity. Take some shots at the wall.
They're going to add bullpen arms. It's what they do.
Doesn't hurt.
Will the Italian